Now, alright. Hello, this is Gaines of Brainburgers with a friend of mine, Elijah.
So,
Yep. He thought it'd be a good idea to do a review together, so, he picked a old game I've had in my PS2 collection for a little while now.
that I actually introduced him to, ironically.
Yeah, I really liked it. Half-Life on the PlayStation 2. Yep. Very good game. Very good game.
The cover art alone makes it interesting to look at,
Yeah,
if you can actually see it through the camera.
Yeah, I can see it on the screen, so I'm pretty sure they can see it. Yeah, it looks... He plays this badass on the cover, Gordon Freeman.
Who's just a theoretical physicist.
He doesn't talk at all, so he has no character traits other than... Okay, this is happening. I go kill bad guys now. Something like that.
That's about it.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, that's better character development that are in Call of Duties lately.
I guess so. Because this guy's the ultimate badass. He doesn't object to any orders you give him. He just doesn't say anything, heads towards the aliens or soldiers or whatever, and beats the shit out of them with a crowbar. Yeah. Basically, you have a training mode, extremely unrealistic. How in this one part of the training mode, they ask you to jump down from
About, 2.5 stories, would you say?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty far distance. This is part of regular training. Another part of training, they expose you to radiation, steam, fire, have a machine explode in your fucking face.
Why?
I don't know.
I think it's just to explain to the players what the HEV suit's capable of.
I know.
But
I know,
in terms of realism, which this game claims to have, it's a little lacking in that department, but still pretty realistic overall.
Hell, it even says run, think, shoot, live on the back. And really, if you take away the... if you take away the think, then run, shoot, live, you got Call of Duty right there.
Alright, but we're getting off topic here.
Yeah.
So, let's talk a little about the campaign. You're basically just on your way to work, like every common day.
Yeah, it's like, so cool, you're just walking throughout the hallway talking to your scientist or saying, weren't you supposed to be in the test chamber half an hour ago, or I'm rather busy now, Gordon, everybody's ignoring you, so you shut off the light on them in this one room.
And they freak out, which is actually kind of funny.
Yeah, you have some fun.
And then you just get into your ATV suit, just as a theoretical physicist, you must have a college degree in order to push a button and to move a cart.
Yeah. Can't you just hire any grunt from security to do that shit? Anywho, they put you in this testing chamber that's really big and dangerous. You push a button for them, first you go up a ladder, then you push the button. And then you
go back down the ladder.
Or you can jump off and lose 90%.
About what?
You're
70 health?
Yeah, you could do that too, and find some blood on the floor. And then they'll bring a thing that you need to push that has a crystal on it. You push it into this thing, and boom! Green shit everywhere. Shit explodes. People die. Aliens.
And then you black out.
Yeah. And then basically you wake up in the middle of the disaster, where everybody's dying.
And we don't want to spoil you too much,
so we'll just explain the basicness. Find a crowbar and some guns, and you go around killing aliens.
Not to mention that Half-Life has some pretty awesome weaponry. Like Nick just mentioned, the crowbar.
Yeah, it's, for some reason, a very famous thing.
It's Gordon Freeman's standard weapon of choice, apparently.
I guess. Yeah.
Interesting fun fact, a lot of people, trolls specifically, claim this game to be a ripoff of Call of Duty.
But this game came out in 1998. Call of Duty's only been around since,
what, 2002, 2003?
Somewhere around there. I don't do that. I don't know when that fucking came out exactly. But this game came out before we had the PlayStation 2. Call of Duty didn't. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's just something I felt like bringing up.
Anyway.
Just something really stupid I heard.
Anyway. The weapons in this game are awesome. For example.
Got a pistol, got a machine gun.
Which both share ammo. And just almost every firearm has some kind of secondary function.
Yeah, with, the machine gun's the grenade launcher, of course. With shotgun, it's double shot.
And with a rocket launcher, I'm not sure why you would want to do this.
But it turns off the laser sight that guides the rocket towards the target.
Now, I understand if you're, I don't know, behind cover and just shot off a shot, then ducked down behind cover, but
You know,
I never do that.
yeah, you're kind of almost indestructible in this game.
Assuming you're on easy. If you're on hard, you're gonna die. And die. And die.
Unless you're like an epic pro at this game.
There's also a multiplayer in it called Half-Life Decay, which
You mean co-op? Ah. Yeah,
which is impossible
yeah, it is.
unless you have cheats.
Pretty much. I mean, I've never beaten that shit without cheats. I tried, and it's just impossible because the AI is retarded, too many goddamn enemies, and for some reason in Decay you take twice as much damage as you would if you're playing the game as Gordon.
Which doesn't make sense. I mean, all three characters have HEV suits, which are highly protective armor, which can be that of compared.
Excuse me.
Which can be compared to that of the Master Chief.
I guess in terms
But-
of armor.
But you have to find batteries to recharge it.
Well, it only loses energy after you get attacked for some reason.
But moving along,
There are lots of different aliens. There's these things they call barnacles that hang from the ceiling, grab you with their tongue and eat you, and whenever you kill them, they spit out a bunch of meat.
there's also the I don't remember what they're called, but they're like the Mexican jumping beans that look like ham and have like 1,000 eyes.
Yeah, I think they only have like 3 or 4 feet, and they go boom, sonic boom, bitch.
And then somehow that manages to hurt you. There's also the the Cthulhu dog type things.
Yeah, those things are weird. You always see them either eating a scientist or spitting acid at you.
There's also these things called head crabs, and you do not want to be caught by them. You can compare them to the things face huggers
From
in
aliens.
Like
Same idea, basically.
if you're caught by them, you turn into a zombie, and for some reason you have to be living for this to happen.
Really? I thought that remember. Okay. Yeah, and these aliens just teleport out of nowhere. There's also the Vortigons, which are these aliens that sound weird and shoot lightning at you. The Bee Gunners, which look like Vortigons on fucking steroids to me. Personally, they look like Vortigons on steroids that shoot bees at you.
And the bees are fucking annoying.
I know. I'm glad they didn't include that alien in Half-Life 2.
But thing is, the bee gunners, the problem is, it doesn't really drain much health. It's just annoying.
It drains your suit power. You also have some scientific guns like the gluon gun.
Which is my personal favorite.
It makes these people explode.
The reason of it being is a gluon is not to get physics on you, but what it does is a gluon is what keeps your atoms together. Now, what the gluon gun does is remove the atoms.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing holding you together, pretty much.
Yeah. Also, Talcam can shoot through walls and has a supercharged blast that can... I even once took down a helicopter one shot with that gun. It was a military helicopter trying to kill me.
There's also, which we'll get into that in a minute, but there's also the infamous charge jump, which if you charge it up and point it at the ground and jump, you can get serious height, which is kind of useless to me, except in versus mode, but that's another story.
Yeah. For some reason, the soldiers are ordered to put a silence to the facility, so basically kill everything there, which doesn't make any sense. Why not rescue them? Security guards can help you, and scientists can probably help stop the aliens from teleporting to the goddamn planet.
Thus, preventing the sequel.
Yeah, but no.
There's also the fact that the AI, ironically enough, in the Decay it's shit, but in the AI in the campaign, it's pretty awesome. I mean, to this day, it's considered to be one of the best AIs in a video game.
Yeah. Although really basic AI is just real shitty. I mean, you just say, hey you stupid fucking security guard, you just follow me and shoot shit. Scientist, you follow me and you inject me of stuff and don't complain too much. Otherwise, I'm leaving you. I'm gonna take the security guard around the corner and beat you with a crowbar so he doesn't see shit. And nobody's gonna find out. You also have to smash stuff like air vents and glass to get around.
Yeah, and there's always this guy who's following you.
Yeah, some like people call him G-Man. I have no idea where that fucking name came from. Some weirdo in a suit with a stupid haircut and a suitcase.
And on the game, it marks him as an enemy, and to this day, no one really knows if he's either or.
Yeah, because he saves your life. He also saves the lives of others, but Vortigaunts seem to hate him, and he actually does do some things that make it look like he might be the good guy, but also, if you think about it, it also might indicate the other way around. It's really complicated shit. And really, maybe the reason they ain't making 3 is because Valve themselves may not even know what the hell he is.
That would not actually surprise me. After all, it's Valve.
They can't...
What are they infamous for? Nick, tell them.
Not being able to count to 3. They just make a game, they make a sequel, and then they move on to another game.
The thing is, with Half-Life, though,
They made...
fans demanded that there be more than 2.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, that's what we got.
We got 2 expansions. Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
I think they're purposely trying not to count to 3 at this point.
I think they're going to release all their 3s, like Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3, Half-Life 3, on their console Steam box, which is, like, so freaking tiny. I'm not going to say can't say whether or not the console's going to be shit or not, but I heard it has a stupid graphic engine thing that makes so only indie developers can use it or something like that. That's something I heard. But Valve's probably going to cheat and release all their 3 titles on it.
Which, sad to say, is actually going to get me into it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bad move, but another story.
I don't know, dude. I think it'd be better to wait, and maybe, in the future and find a cheaper copy. In this game...
In any case.
Yeah. You have all sorts of weapons in this game. Satchel charges, laser mines, grenades, these little bugs you can throw.
They're called snarks.
Yeah, they'll also attack you, though. So I only throw them if I'm inside an air duct and there's some soldiers down below. Be like, surprise, bitches! Throw some bugs at them. God damn.
And speaking of the laser mines he just mentioned, I've only managed to find one use for them. Because I was being chased by a soldier down a narrow corridor, planted below feet level. Well, at feet level, rather.
Yeah,
the dumbass couldn't see the blue laser that shoots out of it when it's activated.
Green.
I'm pretty sure it was blue. Oh well. We can't... Problem is, it's visible.
Yeah, why are all these lasers visible? Oh well. You also get a B gun thing that's also pretty fucking useless. Like is mentioned, it doesn't really do much other than drain soup battery, which is kind of useless if you're going up against soldiers. Yeah.
Speaking of soldiers, which we mentioned a lot, but for some reason didn't get around to mentioning them much.
Yeah, one thing about them,
they're like the first soldier you see is like a security guard, not security guard.
Yeah, a scientist says rescued at last. Thank God you're here, and then he mows him down with a machine gun fire. In Black Mesa, the Family remake, when I got to that part, he started shooting at the scientist. I shot him in the head, and it's like headshot. And then I reload, went down there, the scientist has like 6 bullet holes. He's like, I could have sworn that man was trying to kill me.
Now, let's ask.
That's like if, I don't know, let's say some weirdo or a rescue soldier arrived that was supposed to rescue you, just stabbed you with a knife, thought you were dead, and ran away. Well, actually, he didn't think he was dead. He just got shot in the head. And then some hero shows up and he goes, huh, why did that soldier stick a knife in me? What? Was he trying to kill me?
I don't know about you, but if I suddenly had a couple of holes in my chest, and there was a guy holding a gun, like about, say, what would you say, like 15 feet away?
Yeah, I'd definitely be certain. Yeah, it's a pretty rock-solid game. Get go through this whole exploring facility. We're running out of time here. I give it 8 out of 10.
8.5 for me.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. Explosive, going through this cool weapons facility, fighting aliens and soldiers, doing all sorts of...
60 times better than any Call of Duty.
Yeah, he really hates Call of Duty right now. Yep, it's a pretty good game. Definitely worth looking up if you haven't ever played it. In my opinion, the sequels aren't as good, but you definitely want to start with this one. Don't just go look up the most recent one.
Mostly because the story is intricate.
Yeah.